Hi, I'm Dawnn Lewis, and this is my Showbiz story. Wow, for me, it started at a very early age. I was 4 when I started singing, dancing at 7, and acting at 11 years old. I had always wanted to perform. One of the very first Broadway shows that I had ever seen was The Wiz, starring Miss Stephanie Mills herself. Stephanie Mills, Hinton Battle, Alan Weeks were all in the company. Mabel King was in the company. And I sat there absolutely mesmerized and transformed to say, oh my God, one day I want to do that. And to, throughout my journey, to one day become friends with them and get to work with them was just beyond, absolutely beyond. Stephanie Mills is still one of my favorite people to watch on stage. And I ended up doing the Tap Dance Kid, the national Broadway tour with Hinton Battle and the legendary Harold Nicholas. Oh my gosh. And the Tony Award-winning heartthrob, Mr. Ben Harney. And Dule Hill, who is now grown into such an amazing young man and performer himself, was our kid, 10 years old. So Du is one of my little brothers. I just adore him so immensely. But that's the reality of when you commit to this industry, commit to this business. You've got so many amazing stories that you can tell, and so many incredible off-the-chart experiences, some highs and some lows of what this business can be. I've made some friends during my journey that I feel like have been in my life forever. I'm closer to some of them than I am to some of my own family. So let's see. The very first story that I like to tell about my journey in showbiz was my very first participation in a concert. So even though I was too young, much younger than all the other students, they allowed me to participate in the concert. So I sang the song Getting to Know You from The King and I. And one of the teachers worked with me on hand gestures and, learning all the words and stage performance. And I got to tell you, when I was in rehearsal, please, I was crushing it. All right. I was fantastic. However, when it came time for the concert and all the people were in the auditorium and the lights were on and I was on stage by myself, the recording is playing, without the vocals. And I'm standing there and I look in the faces of all of those people in the auditorium and I absolutely freeze. I forget the words. I forget the gestures. There's actually a photograph of the teacher standing below me on the ground, looking up at me on the stage saying, these are the words and this is the hand gestures. And yeah, well, I got through it and then had a seat on the side of the stage and started crying and begged them, please let me try it again. I can do it better. And their response was,
yeah, little girl, just sit down because we knew we shouldn't have let you in this show in the first place.
But what I did learn was never, ever to be that frightened on stage again. Stage fright has never overcome me as much as it did that very first time. So lesson learned for all you first timers. Everybody gets nervous now and then. You just got to control that thing, control it. Another big story. I was 16 when I graduated High School of Music and Art in New York City. Lemonade on the hill, lemonade on the hill. And I went down to college in Miami, University of Miami. And as I said, I've been singing at a young age. I started dancing at a young age. I started acting at a young age. So that was what I was accustomed to doing. But by then I was also singing opera. I go to U of M and they have this whole curriculum for applied voice majors, which is what they called it, where I had to take, sight singing, sight reading, different languages, Italian, German, French, etc., to sing the classical repertoire. Well, being that I had already had a whole life of dancing and acting, I still wanted to continue doing that in college. So they gave me my curriculum on my registration card that I had to now take around and go and register all my classes in pencil. So I erased half of what my counselor had said I was required to take for my major and wrote in what I wanted to take, which were dance classes, acting classes, yeah, right, get it, whatever. Anyway, I had already had music theory. I had already had sight singing in high school. So I didn't see the sense in paying for those classes again. So now I'm in dance class, I'm performing, I'm auditioning for the different shows at the college theater, and I get called into the dean's office halfway through my first semester, and I get the speech that I'm about to be sent home because I have not been going to my classes. I said, what are you talking about? I've been going to all my classes. I'm getting a 4.0 GPA. Well, the dean says, well, you haven't been here. It's like, okay, well, that's because I'm not in those classes. I'm in this class, and this class. Her response was, "Who told you to do that?" My response was, "Nobody. I figured I'm paying for school. I'll take the classes I want to take, and that's what I want to take." So that's when she let me know, unbeknownst to me, that the School of Music and the School of Fine Arts had been in conversations for a couple of years about starting a new degree program for people like me who sang, danced, and acted. So I ended up being the founder, guinea pig, and first graduate of the musical theater degree program at the University of Miami, which I gotta say I am incredibly proud of, because since my graduation, that program has gone on to graduate Tony Award winners, Grammy winners, Emmy winners, and the program is still going strong. So I'm proud of that. And I'm still singing, I'm still writing music. You couldn't have told me I wasn't gonna be a recording artist. That was my first dream, was to be a recording artist and do some live theater on the side. But God had other plans for me and opened up the world. And I'm grateful. I am absolutely grateful.